Hi guys, Coach Jorge Capestany here with you today, and I have a little video lesson here that's going to be dealing with how to handle pressure, match pressure. So if you follow me, you know that I have a lot of content out there and I send a lot of emails and we do a lot of surveys to our people, and we love getting that kind of feedback because then it helps me know what kind of data and what kind of programs and videos I should be putting out for my followers. Well, this last survey that I put out had a very common theme to it. The question I had, there was a 2-question survey, and one of them was, what's your number one frustration when it comes to your tennis? And there was one kind of frustration that kind of emerged as a leader by far, and it was this. Players saying that, you know, I just don't handle pressure. I play pretty well in practice, but I don't play very well or even the same when the scoreboard's turned on, particularly when the pressure mounts, like maybe not at 15-all in the first game, but later in the set when you're at the business end of the set or later in the games. So this is a really, important thing. And as a player, you've probably recognized that points don't all feel the same. In tennis, every point you score is worth 1, but in our weird sport, the points aren't really cumulative. So if I'm playing you and I get 40 points, or 3 points, so I got 40, 40, 40, but I lose the game, literally all the points I won in that game just kind of go down the toilet. The same thing, if I play and I have a really close set, you beat me 7-5, those 5 games, down the toilet. So let me get to that issue of pressure and how you can do it. What I find is the people that have the most pressure or that struggle the most with pressure, frankly, just don't have the experience of handling the pressure. They only put themselves in a competitive environment every once in a while, and people who put themselves in that environment more and more often, just by simple nature of repetition and getting used to it, are going to do better. But I have a tip, and it's been working super well with my players, and here's the tip. If you think about tennis, let's think of all the points that are kind of neutral points. In other words, they're not very pressure filled versus the pressure points. And we would all agree that probably the points later in the game, like if it's deuce and beyond, those feel a little different than 15-all, 15-love. And especially in the set, when the set gets to 4-4, and we know that the outcome could go either way, but we're not certain how it's going to go, that adds pressure. It's just a normal thing. So we'll define those 30-all or 40-all and beyond in the game. Those are pressure points. And then any points that are played when the score is 4-4 in the set and beyond. So if that's by definition what I call a pressure point, now we can look at the entire set. And if you do that, you realize that less than half the points, way less than half the points, are actually these pressure points. So just by playing a lot of sets, which is a great idea, that in and of itself won't get you tons of pressure and it won't put you more immune to it. So here's what I've been doing lately. I've been having our players play sets, practice sets typically, but with a condition. And the condition is, I call these pressure sets. So the next time you go out, I want you to try this. Let's say you have an hour and a half and you typically play your buddy in singles. Take that same hour and a half and play a number of sets. And here's the rules for the set. Each set starts at 4-4. They're just going to start right at 4-4. So if I'm playing you, it's 4 for me, 4 for you. And every single game for the next hour and a half, we're going to start the game at 30-30. So by definition, every point that we play is already a pressure point. And you see, if you play an hour and a half that way, you can literally play 100% of your points in pressure mode compared to just a very few amount of your points in pressure mode. So I want you to try that. Everybody I've tried it with really thinks it's been helpful. I will warn you this, if you really hate pressure, this is not going to be the most funnest exercise for you, but without a doubt, you need to experience the pressure more and more and more. This is a way to fast track the number of points you play under pressure, which we defined as being 30 or deuce and beyond, and 4-4 and beyond. So go ahead, that's your homework. Try a pressure set next time you play and see how you do and see if you like it. I have a lot of our better players, rec players all the way to national ranked juniors, doing this quite often, multiple times a week. They'll play a couple of practice sets using this pressure set method. All right, so I hope you give it a try. Again, I'm Coach Jorge Capestany. If you like this video, if you think it will help somebody, please hit the share button if it's possible, depending on where you're watching it. And also if you have comments, if you think this is a good idea, a bad idea, if you've done something similar, go ahead and give me a comment below and I'll for sure read it. And if there's a question in your comment, I'll answer it as well. So good luck on the court and go out and play yourself a pressure set.